Man from the city trying to take my rifle, but there's something that he needs to understand. Second Amendment's only second to the Bible. He'll have to pull it out of my dead hands. Yeah, he can have opinions, I don't have to agree with him. Ain't nothing wrong with me and him being different. Oh no, no. But I think that he should know how I roll. I'm a survivor, you're damn right I'm a fighter. I'm a big buckskin and trout-knot rigging Hank Jr. disciple. So don't you be offended when Granddaddy defended. This flag I'm waving says I'm staying free. Don't tread on me, no. Don't tread on me, no. Man from the city trying to take my cornfield, turn it into a big high-rise. Make a buck, make some dough on a big deal, but that's where all my bucks and doughs hide. Yeah, I get high enough, windmill and a pinch of snuff. Don't need your skyscraper elevators and all that stuff. Oh no, no. But I still think you should know how I roll. I'm a survivor, you're damn right I'm a fighter. I'm a big buckskin and trout-knot rigging Hank Jr. disciple. So don't you be offended when Granddaddy defended. This flag I'm waving says I'm staying free. Don't tread on me, no. Don't tread on me, no. Come and take it. Come on, city boy. If you want it, come and take it. If you want it, come and take it. If you want it, come and take it. I'm a survivor, you're damn right I'm a fighter. I'm a big buckskin and trout-knot rigging Hank Jr. disciple. So don't you be offended when Granddaddy defended. This flag I'm waving says I'm staying free. Don't tread on me, no. Don't tread on me. Cock-a-doodle-doo, clock squawking on the nightstand, slapping the alarm off. Stumble to the pot, got coffee on the stove top, button up the blue collar. Time to make the boots walk out the front door. Yeah, sun ain't even up yet, sunny, but we sure are, yeah. 'Cause time is money and we're making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them hollers, doing it like our fathers. Up on them tractors, out in them pastures, making it rain like water. Farm boy goes, 24 karat gold corn grows. Lunch break, bite, couple sweet tea swallowers, right back to making them dirt road dollars. Picking, peeling, shuck, stack, digging, tilling, swing that hammer at the 2x. 40 hours well past, raking in the grain cash, stacking up the haystacks. Red clay paid, 'cause we ain't afraid to break backs or a good sweat, nah. The sun ain't gone down yet, sunny, so we ain't done yet, hell no. Cause time is money, and we're making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, hiding them hollers, doing it like our fathers. Up on them tractors, sliding them pastures, making it rain like water. Farm boy dough, 24 karat gold corn rolls. Lunch break by a couple sweet tea swallowers, right back to making them dirt road dollars.
I'll be up and at it by your first break. I'll be working the whole day. I ain't in the road play. Catch me in the road cage, chillin' just a chewing up that black dirt. Plowing, planting, cropping, I ain't stopping till my ass hurts. Silver Queen shucking with the farm, all trucking with the mace 55s. Boy, y'all ain't seen nothing. I'll be getting with the picking nearly all day, doing it all the way, cropping till we all pay. Hey,
another long hard road to the next one starts, buddy. You don't wanna know what the tractor parts cost. I can get you up a figure for a rig and a plow. I got some heifers in the back, but I don't sell holy cow. Man, that old Ferguson burning about 250 a gallon. I'm out here churning up dirt and I'm working, turning the plow. And you dig? Probably do it on your own time. I keep your youngest supper coming down the lunch line.
Yeah, we're making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, hiding them hollers, doing it like our fathers. Up on them tractors, sliding them pastures, making it rain like water. Farm boy dough, 24 karat gold corn rolls. Lunch break by a couple sweet tea swallowers, right back to making them dirt road dollars.
Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. Once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome everybody to Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Grand National Series Homestead 150, about to get underway, the final race of the season for these guys. About to kick off here in about 5 minutes or so. We'll get qualifying and start getting it in and all that good stuff. As you all know, 4 drivers are in it: Eric Borelli, Brandon Potenbarger, Jeff Smith, Dylan Bowes, your top 4 going for the championship tonight. And as of right now, Eric Borelli being the top driver of them. Then it will be Brandon Potenbarger, Dylan Bowes, Jeff Smith, all 6th, 7th, and 8th, right beside each other. So it's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to it. This is pretty much a makeup race for 2 weeks ago. So they're making it up tonight with all the drivers in here tonight. So we'll be crowning the champion. Should be a good one. Come checkered flag time. It's going to be interesting to see which one of these guys are able to pull off the victory and walk out of here and say they're champions. So, as I mentioned right now, Michael Trevarthy, top. Tyler Cox, I don't know if he's reconnected or not, but he is 2nd. Mentioned Eric Borelli currently in 3rd. Kyle Frame currently 4th. Todd Cray 5th. And the times, they're just about even. There's a little bit difference between Trevarthy and Tyler Cox, but pretty much all the times are really close with each other. Any one of these guys can walk out of here a champion, so that always makes it fun. And we got a pretty good sized crowd. I think there's 19 at the moment, with the exception of maybe 1. So we may have 18 actually start. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, so like I mentioned, I've been looking forward to this race for a couple weeks now, since we rescheduled everything, got everything worked back out. This is my final race with these guys, for I don't know how long yet, but it is my last race with these guys. And I want to thank Skylar and them for giving me the chance to broadcast their league. It's been fun. And thanks to Eric Borelli for getting me to come over as well. He's got me to come over. Met a lot of good guys over here. Raised a lot of money for charity, which is always a great thing. I know me and Skylar both. Altogether, I think we raised a little over $1,000 for charities this season. With the exceptions of 2 other leagues as well that he runs. He runs the trucks, of course, and the K&Ns. So thanks him for that. It's been pretty fun meeting some of these guys over here. Met a lot of good people. Eric's a really good guy. Kyle Frame's really good. Todd Cray. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Jeff Smith's a really good person, or seems like all these guys are really good. So should be a fun one though. We'll focus on the night and we'll let that rest where it's at. So if anybody's got any questions, you can ask in the chat. That's perfectly fine as well. So we got about a minute and 30 seconds left here in practice. And as I mentioned, Michael Trevarthian on top. I don't really have a favorite to win this championship. Right now, I think you got to kind of lean towards Eric just because I feel like this track kind of goes to him. I mean, he's third right now. But Dylan Vose really stands out as well. And so does Brandon. I don't know. I mean, it's so tough on who I think can get it. Hello, Gene. How are you doing? So I think it's going to be very tough for these guys. One thing that if you do not know about Homestead, Miami, we'll get a real fast look at the weather and stuff real quick. 11 miles an hour wind, that's pretty big. But the pit road is very unique. This race will be won and lost on pit road. I can guarantee that. We've seen it every race so far we broadcasted of the championships that we broadcasted so far this season. We broadcasted another one a few days ago at Homestead, and once again, it was won and lost on pit road. So the reason why I say that is because pit road is actually entering turn 3. You have to be on the access road entering turn 3, and it is very slick. And with the track temp in here at 105, it's going to make things even more interesting. This is a late afternoon race, so the track temp is better than what we thought it was going to be. So, but it's still going to be very slick. Pit road speed kind of slow as well, and tires will be eaten up on this track. And what I mean by that is times will fall off. Within 5 laps, you'll see cars running already half a second slower than that first lap that they ran. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a good one as practice comes to an end. And qualifying will begin. We will hop over who's going to pull out first on track. As we wait and see, looks like we got a bunch of cars pulling out. I'm trying to see which one of our chase drivers pull out first. Let's go to Jeff Smith, who's pulling out. We'll switch between him and Eric Borelli right now. Borelli's right up in front of him. Here's Borelli's paint scheme for tonight. And of course, Jeff Smith and Brandon Posterberger right there as well. So we're going to be trying to keep an eye on all of our chase drivers throughout the night and qualifying as well. Qualifying very important here. That first pit box is going to be huge if you can manage to get the pole. That pole's going to be tough to get, though, with guys like Michael Trevarthian, who's here to win. He's not here to, lay back and let these guys have it. He's here to win. So is all of these guys. Eric mentioned another one. Everybody's here to win and show that they can win at Homestead. So green flag out for the 88. As well as the 61. Green flag is out, so we'll stay with Jeff for a moment. This looks like a pretty solid lap. We'll see what he does. 30.198. He's going to have to improve on that a little bit. Currently second right now to Michael Trevarthian. Trevarthian with a 29.963. Wow. Fastest lap of the session so far. Eric Borelli stopping on there, so he's going to fall back towards the back. Mr. Brandon Posterberger, let's see, he is waiting as well. So, 2 of the Lazy Days racing guys. Soon to be blown gasket racing. Kind of slow at the moment. Dylan Bowes, I don't think, has put it on a lap yet either. No, he has not. So, Jeff's coming down pit road. John Morris out on track in the number 43. Chevrolet. See across the top finish, 30.320 puts him in 7th at the moment. Cody Kramer going out. Skylar Allen, Landon Lacey out on track. And for guys that's wondering, The reason why you can't see your paint schemes, when you're a spectator, if you save that paint scheme as a 32-bit TGA, it will not show in the broadcast. So just for future reference, for anybody wondering, save it as a 24-bit. Skylar Allen up to 10. Lana Lacey up to 4th. Lana will get an EOL, by the way, just to let you all know he did not complete the 20 laps, so he will receive an EOL. Kyle Frame, the driver that could go out here and win this race tonight. As Kyle crosses the start-finish line, he will jump up to nowhere yet. This is his first lap, so we'll stay with him for now. It's a little tight going into the center. Keep it off the wall. Good job. Let's see how he qualifies. Looks like a pretty solid lap. 30.066 puts him in 3rd place. Good lap for Kyle Frame. So we're waiting on these guys to qualify. It looks like we're only going to have about 16 guys in here. Todd Cray, you have to qualify. Dylan Bowes jumps up to 2nd. Good lap for the number 19. There is your top chase driver at the moment. Your 2nd would be Jeff Smith, because Brandon Puffenberger and Eric Borelli yet to qualify. As we got about 40 seconds, by the way, left here in practice. Or qualify, I don't know why I said practice. Lana Lacey going back on track, probably to get some more practice time on track with what he can, probably working, practicing, coming on and off pit road. So yeah, Atlanta's just out there getting some practice time in. Nobody else is on track at the moment as qualifying does get come to an end. We got about 8 seconds left before it shuts down. And Brandon Puffenberger, did he get Brandon Puffenberger? Woo, barely got his lap in. That was close. Alright, grid has start, and it looks like Michael Trevarthian going to be your top pole sitter of the race. I probably got to fix something, by the way, because I don't think I fixed it. Yep, I do. There we go. Oh, the Porsche's out there tonight. Let's take a look at our grid. On the pole, row number 1. Michael Trevarthian and Dylan Bowes in at number 19 going to be starting 2nd, looking for a championship tonight. Row number 2, we got Kyle Frame and Jeff Wupker. Keep your eye on that 09. That's actually a very good qualifying spot for him. May have something. Joshua Banks, another one of the favorites coming in. Landon Lacey will start beside him in 5th and 6th. Row number 3, very familiar with each other. Row number 4, we got Lee Grandy and Jeff Smith. Remember, Lee almost made this race, did not make the last round. Is Jeff Smith, however, going for a championship here tonight. We'll start in 8th. Row number 5, we got William Roberts Jr., John Morris starting in the top 10. Row number 6, we got Cody Kramer and Eric Spencer in the number 75 Chevrolet. 2 Chevy starting in 11th and 12th. The Toyota and Chevy of Skylar Allen, number 96, Brandon Puffenberger going for a championship in 14. Eric Borelli, another guy. Will we see another 78 in victory lane here tonight? And will Eric walk out of here champion? We'll start alongside the 00 of Eric Minich driving the Chevrolet. We'll see what Eric can do as this race goes on as well. You just never know come here. Austin Marion will roll off at 17th in the number 65 Ford. So as these guys get ready to roll, we will see all of them pass by. Looks like everybody has gridded, I believe. Yes, they have. So we should be getting ready to roll here in just about now, I believe. There they go. Alright. All of them's going to be chasing this guy for that top spot, Michael Trevarthian. You know, there comes a fine line on how aggressive do some of these guys want to be this early in the race. Now, this is a race that's got a tendency to have long green flag runs, but it's going to be how aggressive these chase guys and stuff want to be around the guys that do not have championship, or not race for a championship. Basically, you're not racing the guys without or don't have a chance. You're racing the guys that is in the championship. You could care less where Michael Trevarthian finishes. As long as you finish in front of the other 3 guys for that championship, that is the main goal. We'll find out how these guys approach this race. Remember, tire is going to be the very most important thing. This race will be lost or on pit road. We'll find out who it is. Pace car pulls in. The green flag is out, and the Homestead 150 for the Go Fast Racing League season finale is underway. As up front, you see that number 31, Michael Trevarthian, taking the lead over Dylan Bowes. The battle for third place, Kyle Frame. As guys behind these are ducking in and out of traffic. Right now, we're still watching for third. Jeff Lupker trying to get around Frame. On that outside line, you also see Landon Lacey passing Jeff Smith. Don't know where he came from all of a sudden. He went from 8th now up to 6th. So Jeff's starting to make a run here, as that is a battle on track. You can see Jeff Landon putting a little bit of block on Jeff, going down into 1. And Jeff Lupker falling back just a little bit here, now back to 5th, possibly 6th, as Jeff Smith looking to go underneath him. Side by side down this straightaway into turn 3. That's 61 trying to keep the bottom line. He is underneath the 09 as we work off turn 4. The 36 looks on as well. And Jeff Smith trying to take over the top 5, and it looks like he will. That's what allowed Joshua Banks to get alongside Jeff Lupker. Lupker falling back just a little bit. We do got a car already working the high side. Looks like Kyle Frame already moved up towards the top of the wall. He may have got a little bit of damage as well already once. You can see where he's running at. He's trying to save some tires on that number 57 car. Joshua Banks underneath Jeff Smith. That is for 5th. And Jeff will fall back. Landon Lacey now in the side of Joshua Banks. Joshua may have a good chance to walk out of here with the win tonight. As this race goes on longer and longer, I feel like it kind of betters him. Check on our other chase drivers. Brandon Puffenbarger right now running in 17th place out of the 17 cars. Right up in front of him is Eric Borelli, right up in front of the 00 Barrett Minch. How about this? Woo, that's a little insane. Ooh, almost 4 wide there for a minute. This is being led by the 29 of Lee Grantley in that number 29 Hunt Brothers Pizza car for 6th place. Jeff Smith's actually fallen back just a little bit. He's moved up to a higher line. Don't look like he's got any damage, so I believe that is just strategy called for him to move up and save some tires to help him on the longer runs. Because if we get to the first pit stop, I do not expect a lot of cautions this race. But we got to make it to that first pit stop. I would expect that to be around lap 25 or 30. '75, Eric Spencer. Looking underneath. The 61 getting ready to go into turn 1. And that's not going to happen as of yet. Dylan Bowes still on the trail right now. Michael Trevarthian. Last time by, it was Trevarthian about a little bit faster, not much faster, but it looks like Bowes actually closed in quite a bit in turn 1 as they continue to run that higher, lower line. I do expect that line to change quite a bit, and it's really going to benefit people like Kyle Frame. Any guy that's running the high line right now, I do expect that higher line to start benefiting and start playing a factor here very soon, possibly within the next 5 laps. We'll see that higher line start to play, I believe. You can already see Kyle Frame starting to work up just a little bit right there. You see how much higher he is on the track compared to the first and second place cars. Landon Lacey also there trying to run down Kyle Frame. Landon last time about the second fastest on track. Here's one of your fastest as well. William Roberts Jr. starting to run down Joshua Banks. Closest position battle on the track is the 00 of Eric Minch looking underneath the 09 of Jeff Wupker. Wupker going a little bit higher as well. Not a surprise, like I mentioned. We're starting to see cars starting to work their way up there. And then you got the 78 of Eric Borelli right now in 13th. One of your chase drivers going for a championship tonight. As the 75 of Eric Spencer starting to fall back just a little bit now in the 75. As the 00 of Eric looks underneath him. Eric, a pretty big mover right now from 16th to 12th. This is pretty cool. We got the Eric Spencer, Eric Minch, Eric Borelli. And that happens to change by Austin Marion now. There we go. So the 3 Erics running together. Speeds over 185 miles per hour. This place kind of drives bigger than a mile and a half. It's only a mile and a half racetrack. Landon Lacey takes over third, but this place really feels like it drives a lot bigger than a mile and a half as we take a ride here around with Kyle Frame. Good run coming from the 57. Not going to be able to do much with it. Austin Marion looking at underneath the 00 car. Here comes Brandon Puffenberger starting to make a move. He's underneath the 75. Remember, a few moments ago, we see Brandon back at 17. Now he's fighting for 14, so he's starting to work his way back up. Or work his way up for the first time tonight. Long race, though. Still a lot of laps to go. Maybe he was wanting to get these guys a little bit separated. And then start picking them off. Guys, got something really exciting happening Tuesday for you all that don't know. That's not on iRace. We'll be broadcasting it here all day as soon as the update comes live. Global Rallycross coming out to iRacing with heat racing with all kinds of other updates. Animation pit crews. We're going to be testing it all out, and we're actually going to go live here on YouTube as well for that, and possibly on Facebook, both. We'll see what happens. But really looking forward to testing the new stuff out. Global Rallycross. We're going to be broadcasting some races of that, I can promise you, and I cannot wait. That is one, I don't care whose league. If you're doing a Global Rallycross, get in contact with me. I will broadcast the first race completely free as the 35 gets into the wall. Caution going to come out. Big wreck on the front stretch to 0-1 involved. William Roberts to 57 involved. Kyle Frame and Landon Lacey also involved. It looked like there was some contact between the 36 and the 35. The 36 come up just a little bit? He may have. Let's find out. Yep. He came up on the 35. Landon Lacey got into the wall and went around. Nobody else, I don't think, was involved, but still, heartbreak for these 3 guys. And they'll have to get some damage repaired. to be able to continue here. So, let's show you here how to pit. This is going to be fun. We're going to ride on board. Here's pit road coming up. Here's the pace car. Pit road begins right here. There you go. There's pit road. You see that white line. You've got to stay below that white line. If you do not, that yellow line, if you do not, that will be an unsafe pit entrance. You will have a black flag. So you can see how slow this pit road is going to be tonight. There you go. 60 miles an hour at the moment. Now, he cannot pass the pace car as well. He's got to stay near that pace car. And he will speed up a little bit. And now he's going to put the brakes on it all the way down to 50 miles an hour. As the other guy is starting to come in as well. You can see him checking up, getting into the pit road. When we broadcast this race the other night, a lot of guys almost got into the barrels, but we'll see the 96 do it right there. Let's find out how important that number 1 pit stop is, or pit box is, for the number 31. He's got oil. The 19 gets his tires up a little bit sooner. We'll see if that helps him, and he's down a little bit quicker on the right side. He may have a chance to beat the 31 out. He's down and away. Race off pit road. It looks like Dylan Bose got him, but did he get a black flag? Oh, I don't think he got him. Here's a race off pit road. Let's zoom in some. Here's a race off pit road. Bose really wanted it. You can see it right there. I thought he got him, but maybe he didn't. Looked to me like he may have beat him off pit road. He did have about a second faster pit stop. My question is, did he get caught speeding, though? I don't know. We'll be back. We'll sort it all out and get ready to go back green here in just a moment from Homestead, Miami. Lazy Days Grand National Series. Global Rallycross coming this Tuesday as we get ready to go back green here for this championship race. The pace car pulls in. The green flag is out. We're back to racing. Will spin up on that outside line by that number 43. That is John Morris. Everybody did take 4 tires, it appears, on that stop. Side by side up front. Dylan falls in. He's going to try to cross over. See that one coming a mile away as he looks to the inside of the 31. Michael Schwartz for that top spot. This could be huge. Keep you on that 29 and a 61 starting to make their way up. We got 3 of our top guys right now in the top 5 that is running for a championship. And Brandon Puffenbarger not far behind as well. He's now up to 7th. Our highest runner right now being Dylan Bose, and it is Jeff Smith, Eric Morelli, and Brandon Puffenbarger there. And happy birthday to him. Yeah, that's right. So as we watch, Jeff Smith going to take over second from Lee Grandy. Here comes Morelli as well. Morelli not going to be able to do it as the 29 uses the high line and shuts the door on that 78 car. Remember, how aggressive do you want to be around cars that are not fighting for a championship? That's one of them things where you've got to kind of have a little bit of leeway, I think. with these guys. And these guys need to have a little leeway with these guys as well. If you're faster, let them go. Or let them go if they're faster. If you're not faster, then so be it. Just let them just move over. For 7th place, Brandon Puffenberger falls back to 8th as Austin Marion takes over with that spot. Here comes Borelli once again. Underneath the 29. Did 29 get some of the wall? Couldn't tell. Remember, coming into this race, it was actually, before we got here, Lee Grandy was probably one of the favorites to come here if he was able to make it and win it. Right now, though, he didn't make it, but he's still out there fighting for a top 5 right now, as you've seen Eric Borelli get around him. So Eric now focusing on Jeff Smith, who's running in 3rd place. And teammate Dylan Bowes right up in front of him. Fastest out of the championship 4 last time by was Dylan Bowes. Fastest this time by of our top 5. Wow, Eric Borelli, what a lap. 30.583 last time by for Borelli. Up front, Michael Trevarthian trying to hold off the top spot. Trevarthian probably one of the favorites to win this race, as the battle for 3rd heating up. Not going to happen as Borelli could not get around Jeff Smith. Smith shuts the door. A little bit further back in the field, we got the 75 racing around the, oh, who is that? The 8 of Cody Kramer gets loose, does save it, but we'll lose 2 spots in the process as Eric Minch goes around on the higher line. Here we go, battle for 3rd once again. Jeff Smith should be able to hold it using a high line. No. We'll find out. Can Borelli get by using a lower line now? Now it's kind of like what we seen a couple weeks ago where you got to have the slide jobs. It's so tough to pass here. The higher line usually is the best way around Homestead, and we kind of see it right there. It don't look like it's quite there yet, as Borelli looks like he's going to be able to complete the pass and move up to the 3rd spot. We'll be watching it. Here comes Jeff Smith strong back on the outside. Two championship drivers racing for 2nd for the championship. Because Dylan Bowes right now slowly starting to check out over these two. Looks like Smith just going to let him have it for now. May realize that he needs to just wait. But he is forcing the 78 to run out bottom line, which is burning the 78's tires off, which could help the 61 in the long run. Here comes Jeff now trying to cross him back up to the inside. Not going to happen. Single file all the way back towards the back. Brandon Puffenberger now getting passed by Joshua Banks. Brandon's actually falling back a little bit. He is the lowest running chase contender at the moment in the number 88 car. .31 laps complete here so far in Miami. And you can see the 29 now trying to get around the 43 for 5th place. Michael Trevarthian is still leading Dylan Bowes, who's starting to get run down just a little bit by 3rd place. Eric Borelli starting to run down the 19 2/10 faster last time, Borelli was, compared to Dylan. You can see still they're battling, starting to battle heat up pretty good here for the second spot. As we watch, Eric Borelli has ran down this number 19 car and is all on the back of Dylan Bowes. And yes, Delaney, happy birthday. Here comes the 78 from Lazy Dayz Racing. For people that don't know, Lazy Dayz is the sponsor of this series, but next year, however, the name is being changed from Lazy Dayz Racing to Blown Gasket Racing. You can see, here comes the pass on the 19. Eric Borelli looking to the inside. Don't look like he's going to get there just yet. Here comes a run from Borelli once again. Will he pull down? He's going to go to the high side as the 19 goes to the bottom, tries to break the draft. We'll see who this helps. They're side by side. This could help the 78 get the run off the corner. He's going to cross him up. Block put on by the 19 of Bowes. You got to be careful running each other super hard. Jeff Smith's not far behind, looking on, hoping something can happen. If something happens to these two, Jeff Smith may be sitting really pretty as they're side by side once again as they cross the line. See if Borelli gets to run here once again, coming off turn 2. Looks like he does. Borelli takes over that second spot. You just seen it. Looking back, you can see Dylan Bowes trying to catch back up. So if the race was to end now, Eric Borelli would be your champion if it ended now. Brandon Puffenberger passes Austin Marion for the 8th spot. Or 7th spot. No, 8th spot. I apologize. 8th spot. And then up in front of them, Joshua Banks starting to work on Jeff Smith and the 43 of John Morris. I think this 36 is not done. We just seen him get some damage a few moments ago, but I don't think he's done. He may have a chance to win this thing as well. He does get around Smith as he slides up in front of that 61. Puffenberger's moved up the track as well, so Jeff almost gets into the 61. I'm sorry, into the 36, and Smith now falling back. All 4 of these drivers, whether it's Brandon Puffenberger, Jeff Smith, Eric Borelli, Dylan Bowes, will face something that can hurt them. This could be Jeff Smith's time. This could be the time that he's starting to face a little bit of adversity. He's got to figure out what he needs to do. Calm down, 41 laps yet. I mean, we still got a long ways to go. It's better to have your problems early. So he needs to learn from whatever happened and learn from the guys that he's racing near. He's moved up the track already, so he is searching for grip, but he needs to start messing around a little bit, see if he can figure out something to help him later on. Because right now, he's not where he wants to be, but it's better to happen early, because I promise all these guys will go through something tonight. And it's just who can overcome that something. You also see Lee Grandy. He actually got around 3rd place. Well, now 4th place, Dylan Bowes. So there is a gap between Eric Borelli and the 29 or the 78 elite. Lee Grandy's right in the middle. So there's a little bit of a gap now. Brandon Puffenberger working on the 43 of John Morris. This is for 6th place. Pit stop should be happening here anytime within the next 5 to 7 laps. And this is going to be a big pit stop for these guys. Should be seen, I would guess, here very soon as we see the 88 underneath the 43 and takes over 7th place. Jeff Smith back to 9th now as he's fighting for everything he's got with the 65 of Austin Marion. Now we know Jeff's fast. That's the thing. We've seen it time and time again. I think personally, as we see Jeff Webker coming down pit road, it's a smart call by him, I think. But one thing I've noticed, and with Jeff is, Jeff, he's really fast. And he's shown the speed to actually have a chance to win this thing tonight already. I think he just burned his stuff up a little bit too early. So really he's needing to make it to this pit stop. And I thought he was going to go ahead and bring it in there. He's going to go ahead and let the 00 go around as well, it looks like. So as they run, Michael Chavarthian would be your race winner, who's out front, who has led, well, every single lap we ran. But Eric Borelli would be your champion, if that's how they finish. Jeff Smith coming to pit road. We mentioned it could cost you the race. This race, I said, will be won and lost on pit road. It looks like he made it to speed. It's very close if he got the speed or not. Let's hope that he did and didn't get a black flag. This is a big strategy call for that 61. I expect all these other guys that's running for a championship to come in, because if they don't, they're in trouble. Jeff's just going to go out there and just kill them on tires. They're already almost 2 seconds slower than last time by. As Lee Grady now working for second, trying to push Eric Borelli back to third. Contact. A little bit of rub there from the 29 to 78. It looks like the only one that has came so far is Jeff Smith, who is now leaving pit road. You can see you got to stay on the access road all the way around 1 and 2 as well until you get to the back stretch. Then you can merge up on the track. So you can make up a lot of ground right through there. I mean, you can make up seconds just on the access road. Now, keep in mind, I want to tell you what he's running. Let's tell you what Eric Borelli's running. Eric Borelli, last time out, 32.6 is John Morris's on pit road. 32.6. And we'll let you know what Jeff Smith's running. As Borelli coming to pit road, that is scheduled. He must have noticed that Jeff came to pit road. Now, Jeff's going to be able to make up a lot of time, though. You can see already. Look how much time he's making up. He's going around the 57 of Kyle frame now. Kyle does got a little bit of damage. But watch the time here. Next time by compared. 32 seconds right now is what a lot of these guys are running. Brandon Puffenberger is also on pit road. Jeff Smith that time, 30.4. 2 seconds faster than these guys that have not pitted. Now, who this hurts the most, I think, is Dylan Bowes, who's coming now. He is the last one to pit, so we'll see how this works out for the 19. As he's going to try to get to pit road. It looks like he does. That was close to getting caught speeding. He may have made it. So, I mentioned Jeff Smith. Let's see where Jeff shakes up and all this out. He just got around Brandon Puffenberger. Remember, Brandon was actually in front of Jeff. That is the difference in tires. Brandon just now left, and right there, Eric Borelli gets passed by Jeff Smith. Dylan Bowes is going to wind up getting passed by Jeff. Watch. You're going to see what I mean. That's the difference in pitting early and pitting late. I like the idea of pitting a little bit earlier, even if it's 1 or 2 laps. Now, Jeff may not be able to hold on to this spot very long. And you can see it right there. Jeff just went around Dylan Bowes. So, I love the call to go ahead and come down and pit. That is huge for Jeff Smith. Now, if the race was to end, Jeff Smith would be your champion. Now, Borelli is right behind him. And Borelli probably going to be a little bit faster. But if Jeff keeps doing these pit stops just a little bit earlier, during that last stop, it will balance out. We're still 2 stops away from finishing this thing out. So we got about another 30-lap run here before we see the 61 back on pit road. All right, guys. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back as pit stops start balancing out. We'll wait and see. As Jeff Smith leading the way right now in front of Michael Trevarthian.
The car behind me is my Chili Bowl midget, the one that I won the Chili Bowl with. And what's interesting about that is it's actually the car that iRacing scanned that's going to be available to all the iRacing members out there.
Welcome back to Homestead, Miami, as we watch the battle for the top spot. Jeff Smith right now trying to run down Jeff Lepker, who pitted 2 laps before Jeff. Like I said, that was a smart move by that 09 to go ahead and pit as well. We're watching the battle for second, though. Michael Trevarthian trying to get around Jeff Smith. Eric Borelli there as well. I mentioned that this race will be won and lost on pit road. We're already seeing pit strategy starting to come into play as we see Michael Trevarthian looking underneath 61. Not going to be able to get there just yet. May open the door for the 60 or for the 78 of Borelli to get side by side now for 3rd place. Borelli trying to take over 2nd or 3rd spot. Not going to happen just yet. Jeff doing a really good job right now. And actually, last time by, Jeff Smith was faster than both of these guys. Here comes Trevarthian underneath the 61. He's wanting to take back 2nd spot. Now, I mentioned that Jeff may fall off here just a little bit, and he's liable to. He may fall all the way back to 7th or so before this pit stops get underway. But the longer he can stay out in front of these guys, the better. As you see, Eric Borelli possibly get Jeff the bumper. Up front and for the championship. Trevarthian takes the lead. Webker goes back to 2nd. Jeff Smith kind of caught as we're 3 wide through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch. This is for 2nd place. Let's see, Jeff Smith going to back out of it. He may give a spot to Eric Borelli. Still 3 wide. Not going to happen. As the 09 goes a little wide, we'll see if Jeff can clear Jeff Webker, and he does. So move Borelli up to 2nd, move Jeff Smith back to 3rd. Now Jeff needs to stay out for about 20 more laps. Maybe 28 more laps. 28 more laps and he'll be good. He needs to try to force Eric Borelli to stay out as long as he can. Meanwhile, Brandon Puffenberger, who's got one of the freshest tires, actually Dylan Bowes has the freshest tires. Brandon Puffenberger not where he wants to be. There may be damage on the right front of his car. And there is damage on one of the championship contenders' cars. You can see it right there. As he rides around in 8th place at the moment. Eric Borelli trying to run down the leader, Michael Schwarthian. Last time by, Borelli a little bit slower. Back for 3rd. Jeff Smith, Lee Grandy. See right there that the 19 of Dylan Bowes works his way up to around Jeff Smith for 4th place. Lee Grandy also got around. There's damage on that 19 car. Quite a bit of damage too. We'll see how that plays out. This could hurt the 19 on the longer runs. Win the war on the banner tonight. This Metalhead Motorsports car. Win the war. That's pretty much what we're seeing. Who's going to win the war tonight? Right now, it's this guy, Eric Borelli, who's winning the war, so to speak. Michael Chavartian, however, winning the whole thing because he is right now out in front by 0.8 seconds, and he is planning on winning this race. It may not be a championship, but it's still a win. 57 laps led so far for this 31. He has dominated this thing from start to finish. Skylar Allen starting to run on Austin Marion for 9th place. Something big is going to happen. As I mentioned, all these guys will be facing something. We're seeing that with Brendan Puffenberger now. Jeff Smith already faced it. Now he's still running good. Jeff is. You see Jeff right now. Like I said, he was going to fall behind back to about 7th. That's where he's at now. Him and Brendan Puffenberger right now still facing. Can they overcome it? Everybody's going to have to do it. Jeff's still going to have to run about 10 more laps before he could hit pit road. Dylan Bowes, we talked about overcoming stuff. That damage is going to be tough to overcome. Now, Eric Borelli, we've yet to see anything bad happen. Now, he has put together a pretty good race so far. But as I mentioned, everybody's going to have to overcome one thing. See the coming 2018 BGR Blown Gasket Racing, changing the names from Lazy Days to Blown Gasket, as we are now 69 laps into this 150 lap race. Here's your race summary as we get ready to come up on halfway. Max Travartian is going to end up leading the most laps. Just to let you all know, he's got 61 laps led, so do not be surprised if he gets the most laps led. 82 laps still remain, 68 laps completed, 4 lead changes so far, 1 caution so far for 3 laps. Mentioned that this race has a long green flag history. We're going green flag here. We're kind of seeing that now, and this right here is part of it. Tire killer though. So as Trevarthian leads, Eric Borelli is just trying to extend the gap over Dylan Bose. Dylan Bose has been right even. And Bose actually gets almost up to the wall. Here comes Joshua Banks now for 4th place. Up front, Michael Trevarthian and Eric Borelli, Lee Grandy. Everything's kind of spaced out right now, guys. Jeff Smith right now is starting to battle back, though. He's actually starting to pass Jeff Wupker now for 7th. He actually fell back to 8th place. Wupker does fall back to 8th, and Smith moves up. Kind of not surprised to see these two, the tire fall off. We got a caution on track. Now, this is big. Was it Kyle Frame? Wow, one of the favorites, Kyle Frame, gets it to the outside wall. And around he went. And caution flag flies here in Homestead, Miami for the 2nd time. As Trevarthian goes around. That's a big caution, man. That puts everybody back on the same type of strategy. And looking at it, we're still one stop away. No matter what happens, we're still going to be 1 stop away from completing. Now, this may not work out in Jeff Smith's favor. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know whose favor this really works out in, to be completely honest. So here they come down Pit Road. And high above the blimp, you can kind of see the access road that I was talking about earlier. The car staying out, by the way, is Kyle Frame. 1 lap down. Watch the barrels here. This could play a factor. I'm not lying. I literally seen 2 people hit these things the other day. They get super close to them sometimes. Doing a good job there, though. Nobody getting into them. This is going to be a big race off pit road. The last time we was actually here, we seen a 19 almost win the race. I don't think we'll see it this time, because I expect to see Dylan actually fix a lot of that damage on the right front of his car. So he may stay in there just a little bit longer. As Trevarthian right now up and away. Or up and now he's away. Looks like Eric Borelli going to come off 2nd. Joshua Banks lead. Grandy Brandon Puffenberger comes out in 6th place. And Skylar Allen stays out. See, I don't like that. Like, to me, that's not going to work. I'm sorry. He's coming down. Okay. He's coming down. I was about to say, that's not going to work. 25 lap tires ain't going to work. I was questioning that. But anyway, so Trevarthian takes the lead. But Eric Borelli is going to be 2nd. Joshua Banks, Lee Grandy will be 4th. Brandon Puffenberger will be 5th. Jeff Wupker, Austin Marion. Where did Jeff Smith come out? 8th, it looks like. He actually got a little bit of damage fixed on his car, which is why he's back there. Alright, is the pace light still on? Looks like they may be. So we'll take a break and we'll come back here in just a moment. Welcome back. As oh, you getting your system fired up, huh, George? I hope so, man. They're coming out with some good updates on iRacing. I don't know if you've seen the new GRC stuff. Global Rallycross drops Tuesday. Pit Crew's coming out Tuesday. Heat Racing coming out Tuesday. Man, they got so much stuff coming out this Tuesday, and it's gonna be fun. So I hope so. I hope that you get everything working, cause I'd like to beat you. Hey, I won a heat race or not a heat race, but I won a race the other night in a league. Tuesday, I won the first split race or second split race for we do main races or heat races. I won the first heat race that we raced and finished, I think, 8th overall in the main race, but pretty good. So green flag's back out, if you haven't noticed. See Joshua Banks actually getting around second place Eric Borelli. Not too much of a surprise. We know Joshua was fast, and so it's not really surprising to see him have a good car here tonight. Brandon Puffenberger trying to hold back the 88 up front. Here comes Eric Borelli now looking to try to take the second away. Well, they also got the pit crews coming out. I forgot. I will have a video of that on the next commercial. The new pit crews coming out. Do we have one on speed and on pit road? Looks like Skylar Allen had a pit stop. Had to come back down. Black flag for the 96. Finally, Mark, that's for sure, man. It's been a long season, buddy. I'm not lying. It's been a long one. This is probably, started way back in February. Right now, Eric Borelli is going to be the champion, as he's running third, and Brandon Puffenberger right now would be second, who's running fifth. Of course, Travarthick right now out front. Here comes Borelli now trying to take over second place over Joshua Banks. Almost some contact. I don't know who that was. Way back there towards the back. Look like John Morris and somebody. That was a 35 of Landon Lacey and a 57, I think, Kyle Frame. Guys, don't forget, this Monday, Red Light Racing Series will be back here. Where did them guys race Monday? Heck, I forgot where they actually race at. Pretty sure it was Texas, maybe? Let me find out. So yeah, Monday night we'll be at Atlanta. That's where it is. So that's gonna be fun. And then Tuesday, I'll be broadcasting on here, like Global Rallycross stuff, the new pit crews and all that stuff. We'll be checking them out. And then Wednesday, Sim Racing Short Trackers. We'll be back with them guys. And then next Sunday, the 12th, is that next Sunday or the week after? I think it's the week after. Oh, the 10th, I'm sorry, the 10th, so not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, we'll be broadcasting a new league, some super late models. Broadcasted for them. We'll have more details on that here soon. Looking forward to that. Should be really fun. Brendan Puffenberger getting passed by Dylan Vose. Jeff Smith. This is 3 championship drivers side by side or nose to tail. Jeff Smith gets into the wall. Scrapes it just a little bit. He does not have any damage, so it's not going to hurt him. But his teammate Dylan Vose right up in front of him trying to pass the 88. The 19 and 88 side by side. Right behind them, the 43 and the 35. 43 and a 35. 35 is a few laps down. Quite a few laps down, actually. Landon Lacey. Looks like Dylan may have a chance. No, he will not yet. Remember, we're still 1 pit stop short, so we got to stop at least one more time for gas. And what's interesting about this could become a field mileage race. If we don't have another caution, this really could come down to a field mileage race. Will these guys have enough gas to make it to the end, even on one more stop? Or will they be 1 lap short? It's going to be very close on gas, I'm going to be honest. We're seeing about every 30 laps these guys are pitting. We're 13 laps now on a set of tires. Now 14. We know for a fact we'll be pitting here within the next 20, which would be 20 laps from now would be 110. That's 40 laps. I don't think they can make it, I'll be honest. I think they may have to do this on 2 more stops. Now, Austin Marion coming down pit road. Now, see, this is interesting to see him coming down pit road. Either something's going on or he's got another strategy to possibly do this in two type of pit stops. Maybe go ahead and pit now, take fresh tires, and then pit again on lap like 125 or so, which would definitely get you to the end. That's interesting to see him on pit road. And he's in his pit box. Let's see if he's actually taking 4 tires. He is just taking tires. So this is strategy for the 65. He's found something. Yeah, he's down and away. He did take 4 tires on 14 lap tires. So we'll see if that opens up something else for everybody else. And what that will do. Oops, sorry guys, wrong button. See, I'm kind of feeling Jeff as well, to be honest. I wouldn't mind seeing Jeff win. I don't have favorites in it. I really don't. But I think Jeff will be an awesome champion. There's something about him, the way he's pitting, kind of stands out. Now, Eric's going to be tough to beat, though. I mean, Eric's got the live spotter and stuff like that, which helps a lot. But, I don't know. I think it's going to come down between one of them two. Now, Dylan Vose has a chance as well. And I don't like how, I don't know, man. I don't like how none of these guys out. The thing that hurts me about Dylan, he's got a little bit of damage. And like I said before, at the start of the top of the race, I still think something's going to happen where this race is won on and off pit road. And we're already seeing a pit stop starting to happen. We've seen Austin Marion already come in, so strategy's already being worked on. I just can't figure out exactly what it is. See, what I'm thinking is going to happen, I think this may go Austin Marion's way. He was going to go ahead and stop and get tires. He already did. He's been out there now for 3 laps. And he's actually faster right now than this whole field by quite a bit, by over a half a second. I'm wondering if he did that and if he will come back in and pit again when these guys do. Because he's going to make up so much ground, though, when these guys have to pit. Now, these guys right now, from what we're thinking, is going to have to pit 2 more times. So what if he only pits 1 more time and these guys have to pit 2 more times. That's going to benefit Austin in the 65. He may have found something by doing that. It's a big gamble, though. Like, you're batting on no cautions or anything. Well, here comes a battle for third. Lee Grandy trying to take over second, should I say. Eric Burley falls back to fourth, right in front of Dylan Bowes. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I was kind of pulling for Lee to get into the chase. Because I think he would be the one to beat. You can see it now. He would have been a good one to try to beat. Watching the 29, Lee Grandy, he's actually making up quite a bit of ground on the top spot. Actually, Lee Grandy's fastest on track, which would be a huge, huge statement for him if he's able to pull off his victory. And honestly, he's by far wasn't the favorite coming in. So that's interesting. Be your huge if he could do that. Jeff Pitt right now running in 9th place. Now remember, we are still about 5 laps away from pitting. These guys actually, I just don't know how long they can make it on gas. That's what's wondering. Like, can you make it 35 to 40 laps on field? No, we're seeing Jeff Smith on pit road now. See, that's a smart move. There's no way they can make it. There can't be. So Jeff's going to go ahead and bring it in early. Here comes the 88. We're trying to get around Dylan Bowes. He's getting a big run here off the turn 4. Jeff has been on and off pit road. What a stop by that 61. 13.2 seconds. That is the fastest stop of the entire race by any car. 35 seconds total on pit road. Jeff Wepker on and off pit road. Eric Borelli trying to close up to the 36. Watching Borelli right now. So, see, the longer they run, though, it's helping Jeff Smith more. The longer these guys run, I mean, Jeff's just killing them right now on speed. Last time by for Jeff Smith, 30.240, his best lap of the race. Last lap for Michael Trevarthian, 32.04. That is a 2-second difference right now, right around 2 seconds. Difference for Jeff Smith and Michael Trevarthian. And the longer these guys stay out, the more it will help Jeff Smith. Remember I said the race was going to be won and lost on pit road? Well, we're seeing it now. This could be the turning point that Jeff Smith needs. It could hurt him. Now, if we get a caution, it's going to hurt him. Brandon Huffenberger on pit road. We asked 2 weeks ago, or I'm sorry, about 3 weeks ago, we asked how much teammates, or how much do you use teammates when you come here? We heard Brandon, we heard Jeff, we heard Dylan, we heard Eric, all say the same thing. Come Homestead, you're friends, but you do not have teammates. It's all your race there only. Nobody else on pit road yet, so they're staying out. Now, if I'm trying to add this up, we're almost 40 laps. If they can make it to a lap, I think it's around 115 is what I'm seeing. Borelli's coming in. So yeah, that there tells me they cannot make it on fuel. That means it's a one more stop race. It's got to be. But I want you to look at the difference. Jeff Smith's still out there just passing people. He's about to pass Dylan Bowes. Now, Dylan's on a lead lap. Jeff is not. Oh, contact between the two teammates. The 61 and the 19. Don't know what that was. Oh, the 19 came down on Jeff a little bit. Now, there is no damage to Jeff's car. Maybe a little bit to Dylan's. That could have been ugly. That's something you don't see very often. Jeff Smith or Dylan Bowes coming to pit road. He is way off the pace. Yeah, he's got some damage on it. That could have been from the other cut that he took. But I want you to watch how much time Jeff makes up here. He's already in front of Eric Borelli by quite a bit. By like 4 seconds, I think. No, it's more than that, by like 7 seconds. Jeff, now, if the race was to end right now, Jeff Smith would be your champion. That's why I think that race was going to be won and lost on pit road. I still sit here and saying it right now. We sit there and say flat out, this race will be won and lost on pit road. Now, if caution comes out right now, Jeff Smith's golden. Everybody else is a lap down. So nobody else right now needs a caution. Eric Borelli just got back on the lead lap. After all this is said and done, and it looks like the 19 may be a lap down. He is. The 19 of Dylan Bowes 1 lap down. Now, he should be able to get his lap back under green. You see, the fresher tires will pay off. You can see it right there. But Jeff Smith's going to be your leader after all this is said and done. There you go. Jeff Smith takes the lead here on lap 112. Now, we sit there and said that this race is going to need one more pit stop. I'm going to be honest with you guys about something. If I'm trying to figure out how far Jeff is in front of Eric. All this is balancing out. Wow. Eric's a pretty good distance behind. It looks like 6 seconds behind the leader. Honestly, if I'm Jeff, once Eric passes me, I think I'm going to hit pit road. I think Jeff Smith may be the one to win, or have a chance at winning this thing. If it all balances out, I think Jeff may be the one to beat. He's played pit road perfect so far. And with that stop, a 35.8 second stop on pit road. Here's your pit stops total. And you can see Jeff Smith, 13.17. That's almost a second faster than everybody else in the field that stopped. That's an extra second he made up on track. That's impressive. Now, the gap is closing. I'm not going to sit there and act like it's not. The gap's closing really fast between Eric and Jeff. Now, 5.3, 5.2. And it's going to keep closing. But if all shakes up to where it could, as long as no caution comes out, Jeff Smith may be the one that it's in that top spot. It's going good, Raymond. Not bad at all, man. Really good. I'm telling you right now, though, this is really coming down to Jeff Smith. Can he does not, if the yellow comes out, like I said, it's going to hurt him pretty bad. You can see the distance really closing, 4.2 now to Eric Burley, so about 2 seconds, or about a second a lap is what Eric's gaining on him. All in all, if all works out, honestly, it really should be, Jeff should fall back a couple spots to Eric Borelli. But, as I mentioned, it could really come down to pit stops. You see Skylar Allen, that's what fresh tires will do. Skylar Allen going to drive around the 61. Should pretty much with these. If I'm Jeff here, you're letting Skylar go because you don't want no mistakes to happen when somebody that's not in the chase. You don't want that to injure chase or championship hopes. So just let Skylar go. But actually, he's doing a pretty good job in staying in front of Skylar, which is pretty impressive for fresh tires. So there you go. Skylar's going to go around. Now, like I said, in all reality, Eric Borelli should get around Jeff. It should not be any problems, and that's how it should work out. It's going to come down to the last pit stop. We know 100% that there's no way that Jeff can make it, Eric can make it, Brandon can make it, or Dylan. None of them guys can make it. Dylan's in trouble right now. Dylan's 26 seconds behind. He can't make it. There's no way he can make it on field mileage. They got to pit, and if I'm Jeff, though, as soon as Eric Borelli passes me, I'm hitting pit road. He's only about 2 seconds behind him now. There's Jeff, there's Eric, and then between them is Michael Trevarthen, who's dominated the race. We know that. Michael Trevarthen has been the fastest, but this all could, like I mentioned, shake out into Jeff's favor, as long as there's no caution. He does not need a yellow to pop out. So Jeff should just give up this spot. Go ahead and let the 31 have it. Yeah, you want to try to battle Eric here a little bit hard, I think. You don't want it to be too easy. They're in field mileage range now. They could pit right now if they wanted to. And make it the rest of the way. So if I'm Jeff, I'm going to go around this time. I'm going to try to battle Eric here a little bit. Try to hold him up. Then I'm going to pit this next time by, I think. Yeah, I would definitely pit this time by. You see Eric right there going around him. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, if a caution comes out, as I keep saying, it will mess up his whole strategy Jeff's working on, and he'll have to just hope that something else happens. But if I'm Jeff Smith, I'm pitting right now. Or I'm pitting within the next 5 laps, honestly. So Austin Marion's coming down pit road. And that's going to be enough for him to make it on field mileage. So the thing is, you don't want to stay out too long if you're Jeff here. If you're Jeff, it's going to hurt you more, because if Eric sees you pit, he's probably going to pit too. And with Eric having a spotter, trust me, they're watching. And it's all about strategy now. So the 29 Lee Grandy should go around. If I'm Jeff, I'm pitting. You've got to pit now. You can't be giving up this much time. It's hurting you more than it's helping you right now. And Jeff also needs another pit stop. And so do these other guys. Eric needs a good pit stop. Jeff needs, Brandon Puffenbarger, another one, needs a really good pit stop. Here comes Jeff to pit road. That's the strategy I think he needed to do. You had to do it now. You want to try to make up as much time as you can right here. You can't touch the grass. If you touch the grass, it's a black flag. And he almost did. But you can't make no mistakes on pit road. And it looks like he does get slowed down in time, so no pit road speeding penalty. You want to keep it right around 49.51, somewhere between them. Right on 50. Now, if Eric happens to see this, there you go. Eric Borelli's coming to pit road. Now, this actually hurts Jeff that Eric's seen that. So Eric is going to have to, or Jeff's going to have to go out and push really hard and hope that he could pass Eric and have a better pit stop. Jeff, now that wasn't a good stop for Jeff that time. It was okay. It wasn't great. 14.4. Now Borelli is in that situation as well. No mistakes. You can't make a mistake on pit road. And you got to have a fast pit stop. You see Borelli's name in 8th right now. Okay, so it's about even with pit stops. 14.1 to a 14 point. Let's see, where's Jeff at? 14.4, so a little bit faster stop. Now, who got on the pit road faster? It looks like actually Eric Borelli was 2 seconds faster than Jeff. Now, that's what hurts Jeff. Now, Jeff's really got to push hard, though. You can't be worried about these lap cars. They need to move, I think. There you go. Go around Hall frame. Now, can Jeff get in front? No, he cannot. So now, it's Borelli's race to lose. If you're Jeff Smith, you've got to hope for a caution now. Because right now, it is Borelli's race to lose. That was all about watching pit road. That was a spotter call. A spotter called that out. That was used for him to notice that Jeff pitted. Because I'm going to be honest, if he didn't notice Jeff didn't pit, there's no way that Eric would be able to catch up. Not enough time. Now, see, Trevarthian took... I don't like the call Trevarthian took. He came down pit road. Gas only. I don't like that. You're gas only when everybody else took 4 tires. Now, see, if you're like Dylan Bose, you may want to try that, though. But you're still going to give up, or at least 2 tires. Because you have to try something, or Brandon Puffenbarger, who's already been on and off pit road. Right now, you're hoping for a caution if you're Dylan Bose, because right now everybody behind you is a lap down. But all this is going on while Lee Grandy's winning, by the way. 17 laps on him. Man, he's going to have to pit. We know that. Alright, let's see. What's going on for second? John Morris getting passed by Joshua Banks. I see Dylan Bose is still in the chance right now to win the championship. It all depends right now on if a caution was to come out. I thought I seen somebody spinning. But see, now, if you're Jeff, you really don't want a caution to come out, honestly, because if a caution was to come out, Eric Borelli would get to wave around, or lucky dog, and you would still be a lap down and have to take the wave around. So Jeff's in a pretty tight spot right now, honestly. I don't want to call him out of it. But unless Michael Trevarthian goes a lap down, which, let's be honest, well, that ain't happening. Or at least I don't think it's going to happen. He's just got his lap back. Now, Eric Borelli just got his lap back. Now, if you're Jeff, you want to try to get in front of Austin Marion. Wow, this is intense right now. So much stuff could happen. Is he saving? How about that? Lee Grandy trying to save the guy. I just don't know if you can save that much. We've seen him go 34 laps. It's about 4 laps short. Yeah, he's definitely saving. Let's see if Joshua Banks is. There's no way Joshua's saving. I know better than that. Nah, he's not saving. Yes, he is. I lied. Wow. All right. Well, we got some saving going on now. Is Dylan Bowes saving? Now, this could work out in Dylan Bowes' favor. If he can save enough gas, he's let's find out if he's saving. Watch the RPMs. So he's not cutting his car off, but he is saving. He's backing it so far up. I think you've got to cut your car off. I don't know if you can save enough by doing that or not. I think it hurts Dylan Bowes is Eric Borelli's like right behind him. So out of turn 4, Dylan's going to cross the line. We're going to have 13 to go next time by. Lee Grandy gets a little loose coming out of Ford. Does a good job on saving it. Still your leader. Is John Morris saving as well? Because he's doing pretty good. I don't think he's saving it. No, he's not. I think if any of these guys can make it, I think Lee Grandy can. He's got a lap more than these two guys in second and third. 2 laps more than what's in fourth. And how about Eric Borelli? Getting around Michael Trevarthian. That's big. Borelli may be able to have a chance at winning this race and the championship all at the same time. I do feel for Jeff if he don't win this race. He had the strategy played out, but somebody noticed that he pitted, and it did hurt him. But I like the strategy call. You have to gamble on pit road here. Can Eric Borelli hold on to win this championship? Or can Lee Grandy also hold on to win this race? As he's got 10 laps to go. And he's got a long ways to go though, man. Like, he's got to make it to lap 39. That's 5 laps more than we've been any other time. I don't know. That's tough. Actually, it all comes down to Dylan Bowes. Can Dylan Bowes make it, should I say? He won't be able to save, though, because he's got Eric Borelli right behind him. And this right here is for your championship. Dylan Bowes coming to pit road. And his championship most likely going to be going down the drain. Lee Grandy trying his best to make this thing last as long as he can. Keep that car out front. Was your winner back at Indianapolis. Trying to get it done here tonight. And he's got 8 laps to see if he can save the gas. Let's see if he's still saving. Yes, he is. Down to 120. Oh, he's in a wall. 122 miles an hour, though. As the 61 of Jeff Smith goes by, Jeff's actually got some damage now. He's picked up some damage from somewhere. Quite a bit, pushing it super hard on his championship night. And with that damage, he's got to be really disappointed. And you can't really blame him. Looked like he was going to be the car to possibly pull off a big upset by using a pit strategy. But Borelli noticed it and came in right after. Worked out to Borelli's favor. Question's going to be, can Brandon Puffenbarger catch up to Eric Borelli? It's quite a bit. I don't know. That's a big gap to make up in 5 laps. Well, 6 laps. Now, just to let you all know, if we get down to 4 laps to go, if a caution comes out, the race will be over. So, if there's any hope right now for Jeff Smith, a caution has to come out this time and right now. Not saying it's not possible. We've seen some weird stuff happen. But it's not looking the greatest right now for the 61. As you can hear, Lee Grandy's shutting the car down. The thing is, though, Eric Borelli's not far behind these two guys, and he's closing in fast. He's 14 seconds back. That's plenty of time. That's 2 seconds each lap that he's giving up. Or that Lee's giving up right now. And is he out? Okay, he is not out yet. We'll show you this, though, for second place. Borelli has caught Joshua Banks. Joshua's trying to save as well. Can Lee Grandy stretch this long enough to win this race? As Borelli will take away second and give him even a bigger cushion on winning that championship. Lee Grandy's still shutting the car off. 11 seconds back is Eric. 10 seconds back is Eric Borelli. Lee right now is giving up 2 seconds each lap. You can hear the car shutting off. 9 seconds and closing. Lee Grandy's going to have the white flag coming out of turn 4. He's got 8 seconds behind him. He's going to probably have to step on it just a little bit. Make that 7 seconds. Make that 6 seconds in closing. Lee shut it off again. Trying to make it. 1.5 miles. He's got 1 more corner to go. 2 more corners to go. 6 seconds back is Eric Borelli pushing for everything he can. Lee Grandy's trying to win here at Homestead. Eric Borelli's trying to win a championship. For the final time in the 2017 season for Go Fast Racing League, Lee Grandy's going to come out of turn 4 and win at Homestead, Miami. And right behind him, Eric Borelli is going to win the championship here in Miami. Your 2017 champion, Eric Borelli. Lee Grange picks up first place. Michael Trevarthian picks up third. Brandon Puffenberger picks up fourth and will finish second in the championship. Jeff Smith will finish third in the championship. But a big win for Lee. We'll talk to these guys and the champion as well. There's the 19 coming up to give the 78 congratulatory bump. Heck of a drive. Heck of a call by Eric Borelli to pit on that last stop. Here comes the 29. He's going to burn it down. What a win for Lee Grandy. It's hard to figure out which one to watch, guys. Oh, there's a bump on the 29. There's your celebration from the champion. The 78 of Eric Borelli going to burn it down. And it looks like the 29's out of gas, by the way. So he kind of can't do burnouts. We're going to talk to him, though. First up, we're going to bring in our champion. Eric Borelli picks up a huge championship. Eric, you got me.
Might gotta give him a second.
Eric Borelli.
Yeah, right. I'm good, brother.
Man, you did it. All that work pays off. You bring it home. P number 2 tonight, but good enough to pick up the championship. What's the feeling like right now?
Let me tell you, it's been quite the season. My God, it's nice to finally be able to bring home this championship at Lazy Dayz Racing. The guys have been all season. We've been hustling and working towards it, and you know, it's finally nice to get the monkey off our back and win this championship.
Let me ask you a straight up question here, man, because you and I don't know if it was just you or if you had a spotter, I don't know tonight, but you made a heck of a call because I'm going to be honest, I counted you out. Jeff Smith looked like the car to beat after that pit stop, and it looked like it was going to work out. Did you notice that he came to pit road, and was that the call? I sit there and said that this race will be won and lost on pit road. It looks like that was the case. Did you notice that?
Yeah, after we pit, we saw Jeff, and we kind of kept an eye on Jeff. This Lazy Dayz Camaro was a rocket ship all night. We were able to keep up with Mike and them, and yeah, this thing was just hauling the friggin' mail. And we saw Jeff pit, and we knew we were actually faster than most of the guys. So once Jeff pitted, we figured, you know, we're going to pit with him, and then we're just going to, you know, try it heads up, you know, and yeah, it worked out great, man.
It's been a very long season. We mentioned it a few moments ago about how long this season's been, man. And honestly, you know, you at one point in this season, you was out. Let's be honest, in this championship, you kind of had to battle your way back in, but you still managed to get back in here and pick up 3 wins on the season, and well, you are the champion now. From a team standpoint, what does this mean? Being that the league's name is sponsored for Lazy Dayz, what does that mean? Knowing that you got your team a win plus the sponsorship of the league as well.
You know, it's really a godsend. Like I said, you know, this championship isn't for me. You know, this championship is definitely for all the guys at Lazy Dayz Racing that raced in the league and worked their asses off. Brandon did a great job. Kyle, Aaron Fowler, Tim, my spotter, he was with me tonight. He did an awesome job as usual. All the guys at Lazy Dayz Racing. You know, we came out here. You know, it was a heads up 2-on-2, and we took it to them, and yeah, we're bringing this bad boy home. You
did it. 1-2 as a team as well. And Brandon finishes second in points to you. Man, congratulations. That was a heck of a drive by you. So congratulations. Give anybody shout outs you want to give.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to you for doing the league all season. You guys did a hell of a job, Adam. Shout out to the admin, Skylar and Minch and Jeff Schmidt and them. And shout out to the guys at Metalhead. They did an awesome job this year as well.
Man, good job. Congratulations, buddy. I know you wanted this one bad.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you very much, Skylar.
I think he was up there. All right, let's bring in first place tonight winner, Lee Grady, who picks up a huge win. Let's be honest. That's humongous for him. Lee, you got me?
Yep, no.
Man, this is kind of bittersweet for you. Let's be honest. I sit here and said earlier back that you was probably one of the fastest cars if you was to get to Homestead in the championship. Well, you come in here and you win. You also won back in Indianapolis, as everybody knows. How does this win feel? Is it good? I know you wish that you was in the chase now, but how does it feel for you to come out here and win this race?
Of course, it feels good, man. Just sort of like confidence builder. It's still proof that I can win race. It's just, I mean, I'm super happy right now, but also.
Let me ask you this: you made a big gamble, man. You ran out of gas once you crossed the start-finish line.
Yep.
What was the call on that? We haven't seen nobody else go that far. Actually, it looked like Joshua Banks ran out as well, and he was on the same strategy you was. What was the thought process on deciding to stay out and put that to the test? Because 38 laps here, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, because I saw the 31 started to pit. I was like, why is he pitting so early? And then I remembered I pit, and then after that, I think I ran 2 laps after that, after he pit. So I think that extra 2 laps sort of give me a little push to the win, you know. I was saving at 20 laps before the race end, and I was lucky, I guess. Yeah. Everyone was so spread out, and then I can just roll all the way.
Yeah, I watched you during the when we hopped in car. We rode around with you for about 2 laps, and you could hear you was shutting the car completely off. And at one time, I was like, "There's no way he's gonna win this race." But you once again proved me wrong, because I'll be honest, I didn't think you was gonna win back in Indianapolis either, and you did it. And now you come here and win Homestead, man. Honestly, let's be real. You won 2 of the biggest races this season, all with the exception of Daytona. You almost had the chance to go out with a big season. You win Indianapolis at the Brickyard, which is one of the biggest races, and then come here and win Homestead. I'm sure you wish that you would have made the championship now, for sure. You was probably one of the favorites to actually have it chance here if you was to make it, but came up just short. But you come here and finish first tonight, and overall a great season for you, man. So anybody you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, thanks. Congrats to the 78 for winning the championship. This league, man, I'm so glad I found this league when I started iRacing. This league's so fun. I mean, there's up and downs, but this is so fun. I don't think I want to go to another league, you know.
I hear you, man. It's been good. Like, it's been fun to watch you guys race in here for sure.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for your stream for your whole 1 year. Super fun, super fun hanging out with you guys. It's really fun.
For sure, man. You're always welcome, and good job on winning tonight. So we'll talk to you here soon. Go out there and see if you can win here. See if you can get another championship next season.
Yep, thank you.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a question, Lee.
Yeah.
Phoenix was a rough race for you, and if Phoenix wasn't so bad and you were in the top 4, do you realize that you could have won it tonight?
I gotta be honest with you, man. The 31 obviously have more experience than me. I mean, he has won so many races, and then I raced him so many times for the lead. And it's like a 50-50, you know. And yeah, the Phoenix. If I spun and I didn't get 3 laps down, I think I could have got a good finish and still be inside the chase. But you know, rules are rules. It is what it is.
You know,
right on, man.
If I was to play favorites in this league, Lee, I gotta say you would be my favorite driver in this league. Honestly, there's just something about you that I really like watching you race. I don't know what it was, but when the chase kicked in this season, man, you really stepped up your game. So good job on everything. Seriously.
Absolutely, man. 2 wins this year. First one kind of fell into your lap. This one you earned it, man. Yeah. Good job.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you so much.
Let's see. Who do we bring in? Shavarthian? He's gone, I think.
I got him all staged for you.
Okay. There he is.
I came back in for my 2 gallons.
2 gallons. Hey, Mike.
2 gallons.
Hey, Mike, you there?
What's up, Adam?
Nothing much, man. You was the dominant car tonight. Let's be honest. 107 laps led. You came back in and took the 2 gallons, as we just heard. You still like doing that call? Would you change it if you could go back?
I don't really know what else could have been changed there. Obviously, their strategy was a lot better than mine. Obviously, I felt I had the pretty dominant car. But like I said, I knew I didn't want to pit with old tires on that pit road, with the access road, because it would have been too greasy. Right. So I knew pitting with 4 fresh tires, coming in, grabbing my 2 gallons. What I didn't account for was 42, 44 lap old tires and how much it slowed down.
Yeah, I was super surprised. I mean, it was such a huge fall off in tire wise. We seen you, like I said, 107 laps led tonight, man, and you've done good all season. You've won multiple races. You've been up front more times than I can count. Do you have a favorite race so far this season that you've ran in, that you look back on and that really stands out to you?
No, not so much. Like I said, they've all been a lot of fun. Racing with these guys has been a lot of fun. The league's been a lot of fun. So I can't really pinpoint, maybe just one win. Like I said, I hate to give it away to a pit strategy like that, but I couldn't have lost to two better drivers. I mean, Eric Burley was on fire tonight. Lee, hell, he's deserved to win he's played the bridesmaid for how many races now? So, like I said, I couldn't, I'm not upset by any means.
Man, I don't know what your plans are for next season. If you come back in here, I'm telling you right now, guys better watch out because they're going to probably see you in the championship. So a good run tonight, man. Go ahead and give us your shout outs for the season if you want to. And, yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to give a shout out to Go Fast Racing League. Obviously Skylar's put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the league here, and appreciate what all the admins do. Obviously, Adam, you in the broadcast booth, and everything TRN's done for us. I'm stoked. Like I said, I can't wait for next season, and like I said, hopefully we can move forward with this group of guys.
Good job, man. I think I met you. I don't know how long it's been since I've known you now. I've known you for a while now, and you came in for earlier this year, and you've dominated a lot of races. So good job, man, and it's going to be interesting to see what you do next year. I'll definitely be watching it. So good luck, and I'll talk to you hopefully here soon.
All right, thanks, Adam. I'll see you in the Grand National Cars next year.
Thanks, man. All right, let's bring in Brandon Puffenberger. Brandon, you there?
Yep.
Well, man, it's got to be somewhat bittersweet for you. It's nice that a teammate goes out and gets the championship, I'm sure. But all in all, disappointed on tonight, I'm sure. Talk us through your emotions, I guess you could say, right now.
I don't really have a lot of emotions. I'm just happy for Eric. Yeah, it sucks that I didn't win, but at the same time, I didn't have the car like Michael, Eric, Dylan, or Lee had throughout the entire race.
It's kind of hard right now to look back and say, I hate asking questions like this because it's like, what could I have done? But honestly, if you could go back, is there anything you could have done a little bit different, possibly to put yourself in a better situation to possibly walk out of here in front of your teammate tonight?
Well, if I knew I could have stretched the fuel 40 laps like I did, I would have done that.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie, man. 38 laps, I think, total for Lee, which I didn't think was possible. All in all, though, man, it's been a good season for you. I mean, let's be real. You came in here and you picked up a win, and I think I'm thinking Iowa. Was it Iowa or Kentucky? I don't know. But it was one of them races.
Kentucky.
And I remember you dominated the race. And honestly, there's been a lot of races that you've been great in. You got 6 top 5s, 15 top 10s now. But all in all, it's been a good season. Honestly, it's been a great season for you. I'm sure you wish you would have got the championship, but second in points, not too bad at all. Anybody you want to give shout outs to and all that stuff for the season?
Shout out to all the LDR guys, trackside for putting on the show every week. Skylar for making this happen for all of us just to come out and run and have fun, even though we seem to get a little hot-headed when we're on the track.
Yeah, I bet there was some more said than that. But all in all, man, good season by you. It sucks that you wasn't able to get the championship. I know it hurts a little bit, but good job. At least you and your team was able to walk out with one. So congratulations on that, and hopefully we'll talk to you here soon.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
All right, next up, let's bring in Jeff Smith. This is one that's going to kind of sting you a little bit, I think. Hey, Jeff, you got me?
Hey, Adam, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. I always hate on these types of interviews. Let's finish talking to somebody that possibly had a chance to win the championship. You had the right strategy, it seemed. I sit there and said at the start of the broadcast the race was going to be won and lost on pit road. You had the strategy to win this race. But it seemed like Eric noticed that you pitted the last time, and it kind of fell back on you a little bit. Anything now, and as I just mentioned to Brandon, I hate asking, could you do anything different? But anything you could have done different?
That's a good question. Well, and I'd actually have to think about it. I thought we had things figured out pretty well. I like the strategy. I knew on that first run coming into pit first, I mean, that was a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So I was going to do it. I was obviously going to do the same thing again. And I seen that Eric really must have caught on to that, and that it screwed us, but I mean, smart on them. But no, not really. I mean, I made mistakes too. We made a lot of mistakes tonight that we got to work on things. But other than that, it was a fun race, good race.
Yeah, I mentioned, as I said, I told everybody to start, it was going to be one lost on pit road. And honestly, at one point, you had a heck of a pit stop. That's probably the best pit stop I've seen all year. I mean, it was like a 12.2 second stop, which was amazing. But this was a difficult race, man. I mean, we had a long green flag run. Was your car built up for the long green flag run? It seems like tires really fell off here really fast. Was you built for the long run, you think? Or, was it just you're not for the longer run?
Yeah, it really wasn't. In our practice, I mean, we practiced the long run, and I actually, out of our team, was one of the fastest on the long run, and I could, gain time up, after 30, 40 laps. But the track was just way different than what we just put tonight, and I don't know if that's the reason or if I was just pushing the car too hard. I did notice before in practice, with our team practice, that pushing the car too hard, I mean, you ate the tires up, and it was one of those, slower, faster deals. So I might have just been destroying the tires on my own.
A lot of people go back and look at your win. You won at Daytona, and people's like, oh, it's just Daytona. That you won at, and that's what got you into the chase, let's be honest. But over the past, 10 races, 9 races, I think, in the chase before we get here, or something like that, you've been pretty much the dominant car. Let's be honest. You came into the championship, I think, leading the points, into the chase race, leading the points. But if you could go back on any race this season, would it be Daytona that is your a favorite race or your race to remember from this season? Do you have a favorite point of this season that we've had so far?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, winning is great, and I hope no one does think that just because I won Daytona and that's the only race I won that was a fluke, because next year we will be winning races. We keep getting better and better. That's a great question. Thinking back, I mean, we had so much fun running every single one of these races, no matter the outcome. I really had a lot of fun at road courses. Those were great. It's really hard to pick one.
Let me go off that a little bit. You mentioned that it's hard to pick a favorite. Let me ask this: as a driver, not your team, but as a driver, is there something you need to improve on to get better and put yourself in better position next year? You was in great position now, let's be honest. But is there something you need to improve on for next year?
Yeah, I'm not much of a high side driver, and a lot of times running that high side saves your tires for a long run. That's something I need to work on a little bit. Never really did like running the high side. I don't know, some guys call it bottom feeder, mostly at the plate tracks, but I like running the bottom pretty much anywhere where you can. And it's, most of the tracks it's pretty fast running the bottom, but a lot of times that running that top side can get you to the front near the end of the race, and that's something that definitely I can improve on. I would say pit stops, but I'm getting better at those.
Yeah, you could say that. um, I was going to tell you, I was watching the chat tonight, and I got to say, your mom's awesome to watch or listen to whenever you're racing. She was pulling for you so hard. It's really cool to see that. But there was a bunch of people in there pulling for you tonight, man. I know you came up just short, over and all, but still a great season. You come in here, and I know you sit there and say that people may look at you like an underdog because where you just won at Daytona, but you still made it to Homestead the right way, and you did it the clean way, and that's really what's important in my opinion. So a great season by you, man. Is there anybody you want to give shout outs to all season long and all that stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, you mentioned my ma and dad. They're great supporters of this thing. They watch pretty much every race. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing in the world. So yeah, my brother, my friends out there watching. Ben, I don't know if Ben's out there watching in Missouri. What's up, Ben? Metalhead Motorsports team. Dylan Vose, Eric Minch, Austin Marion, and myself. We're getting better and better, and we're getting better at communicating as a team, which is really important. I know it might not have looked like that tonight with me and Dylan beating and banging on each other.
Yeah, I've seen that. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that was really accidental. We were magnets tonight for some reason. Let's see here. Go Fast Racing and Skylar for creating this thing. It's awesome. The other admins for sure. You at Trackside Racing, you had a hell of a year broadcasting for us. I mean, the races were a blast to watch. All the sponsors of the series, Lazy Days Racing for sponsoring, Down to Mike's for sponsoring the truck race, HomeNet Hosting for sponsoring our Metalhead Motorsports team, and everyone else out there that likes watching these things. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't care so much about these races. We really strive to try to make them the best we can.
You know, you could be a NASCAR driver as all the sponsors and stuff. You just think, good job, man. Seriously, you was probably one of my favorite guys to watch as well. You and Lee both. It's always good to watch you guys race, and you did a great job tonight. So, good job. Sucks you came up just short, but go out there and see if you can get them next season.
Hey, we'll be there next season. We'll try it. That's for sure. But thank you, Adam, and you have a great one, man.
You too, buddy. Next up, let's bring in Dylan Vose, who finishes 4th in the championship. Not bad at all. Dylan, you with me?
10-4, Adam.
Well, man, you came in here tonight, and honestly, probably one of the favorites. I mentioned you at the top of the broadcast, one of the favorites. It didn't quite work out. It looks like you got a little bit of damage early on in the race, and it kind of hurts you a little bit. Did the damage affect your overall outcome, you think?
Not really. I got it fixed when the time was needed, or when the time was available, rather. So it really didn't affect me much, but it's just a disappointing night.
It's got to be disappointing, especially when you go and look at the stats wise. You had the most wins out of everybody coming into the chase. Tonight, the championship. You had 3 wins on the season, 9 top 5s, now 10 top 5s. Or I'm sorry, actually 9 top 5s. You didn't finish in the top 5 tonight, but 15, 16 top 5s, 13 top 5s, something like that. What was the approach tonight, man? How was you going to come in and try to attack this race? Did you have a game plan coming into tonight?
Honestly, I didn't, but all I knew is that if I could stay on the lead lap within the last pit stop and a caution falls somewhere in there, and I at least have a shot at it, I would have been more than happy. But mistakes and other stuff took me out of the race, so I was not able to do that. But I just tried to roll with the punches tonight, and it worked to a point.
Well, that's for sure. We talked to Jeff a minute ago. Of course, everybody knows, teammate from Metalhead. Let me ask you this. How much communication goes on between you two, knowing y'all are racing each other for a championship? We've seen you two get into each other, by the way. I ain't going to forget that. But,
yeah, I was going to say, that should be on the highlight reel somewhere.
Yeah, well, it's definitely there, I promise. But let me ask you, how much communication do you two actually have, knowing that you two are racing against each other in a championship? Do you communicate at all, like try to help each other out, or is it, go out there and see if you can win a championship on your own?
It's more of the latter. Definitely more of the latter, because we were both aggressive tonight. I'm not going to lie. we were both very, very aggressive. We both got into each other, and we both paid the price for it. So, but we didn't. Other than the practice session, we did not necessarily help each other out a whole lot with where to run and how long fuel and tires goes, for instance, or something like that. So it was essentially on your own, other than if you were right next to the guy and made sure that he didn't run India, which I did to Jeff, which I don't think I'll ever be able to live down.
Well, the good news is I don't think Jeff got any damage from it, so that's okay. Let me ask you this. I was sitting there watching you, and you looked like you was fast on a short run speed. Is it something you was just lacking tonight? It seemed like the car wasn't really to your liking. Was it the weather? I mean, I didn't realize we had 12-mile-an-hour winds. I don't know if that played a factor. Was it just something on the track that wasn't to your liking? Because it's kind of a surprise to see you finish 11th, but that's kind of a surprise, to be honest.
Yeah, it's honestly, from what it was, you know, what happened 2 weeks ago in that whole schmozzle that was that race.
Right.
But it was, the car drove completely different, 180 degrees different than what it did 2 weeks ago. And even with the practice, I was surprised with how tight it was. And I knew coming into tonight that I was hoping for a hot and slick racetrack to where you actually had to use the throttle to get the thing to get around the racetrack. But it turned out to be you had to get the entry right, and you couldn't necessarily use the throttle to drive the thing. So
let me ask
that's
you this.
just kind of how that went.
Is there anything that you need to improve on from a driver standpoint to get better for next season or whatever? Is there anything that you need to improve on from your standpoint just to get a little bit better? Is there a certain track? Is there certain types of tracks that you need to focus on a little bit more?
Well, I could sit and bore you with the long list, but I'll give you the short one. No mistakes. And that I could tell you for a fact, that is why I came so far down in the championship, because I screwed up the entry to turn 3. Or not turn 3, the pit entrance road. Right. I went way too fast, locked up the tires, slid up the racetrack, and got a 15-second stop and hold, which that pretty much killed my race. And that made me shoot from behind the 8-ball, which when you start sucking, that's really not what you're supposed to do. But also, I think I just need to improve overall. I mean, I need to improve on like the racetracks that are kind of like this, that have a ton of grip and that you can push a little bit, and you have to actually baby the right front instead of baby the right rear. So I think that's more driving style, but it's still up in the air at that point.
Well, you still did good this season, no matter how you look at it. I know it was disappointing not to win the championship, but no matter what, you can't hold your head down. Let's be honest. I mean, 3 wins, and you've had numerous chances this season to get another win. You finished second a couple of times as well. So, a good run by you tonight. Well, it could have been better, let's be honest. It could have been a championship, but still a solid season for you. Anybody you want to give shout-outs to, man, for the entire season and all that good stuff?
First and foremost, I'd like to give a shout out for Skylar Allen for dealing with all of us drivers all year, our egos, our everything that comes along with dealing with race car drivers in sim or in racing for that matter, because you know about the whole thing that happened 2 weeks ago, and I'm just glad to see that everything went back together, and I'm glad to see the turnout. That was amazing. 18 cars for a 3-week pushback, essentially final race. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You for putting on the broadcasts. Let's see, Lazy Dayz Racing, the Might Stretch Series. Let's see, Skylar around. Who else? Jeff Schmidt, obviously, of Metalhead Motorsports. Eric Minch, Austin Marion. Those guys are awesome. Those guys make it fun, and they make you feel like you're home. Because you have that group you can go to and you can talk it out, which is what we're gonna have a nice debrief here in about 2 days, which should be fun.
That's for sure, man.
So,
congratulations on a long season.
And you, Adam.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, buddy. Congratulations on a long season. I know it's been a long season. It's been rough for everybody, let's be honest. But all in all, it has been a great season. And I hope to see you back in here next year. You're a hell of a driver to watch. So good job, and I hope to see if you can get a championship next year.
Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you very much, Skylar, for putting this on.
Not a problem, man. Thank you.
All right.
Sure.
I don't know. I think I moved him to admin hauler.
I think that's everybody.
I think that is everybody. Skylar, season comes to an end. It's been a long season, man. It's been an up and down season for everybody. It started way back in February. But all in all, happy with the season?
Absolutely. It's been a fantastic year. Overall, we've had some ups, we've had some downs. Really questioned how we were going to get this thing rescheduled and off. And did not imagine this rescheduled race would have the turnout or the caliber of drivers, lack of cautions. I think we put on the best racing tonight that we have in probably any of the Grand National Series races tonight. It's a race that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I agree. I think, definitely best race of the chase, I think.
So, I do want to say, to the 4 chase drivers who worked tireless with me, it'll be weeks ago tomorrow that we all sat down, communicating, talking, hashing out the events of 2 weeks ago. I guess it'd be Sunday 2 weeks ago Sunday we sat down and did all this, but we hashed out all of the details, got everything set up for a re-race or rescheduled race. We went with Friday because some drivers had some commitments for tomorrow, so Friday worked for everybody, so we got it set up. I couldn't have asked for a better broadcaster to come run this broadcast tonight. You've been with us all year, Adam. You've done a fantastic job for us. Definitely can't thank you enough for that. And all the drivers that, stuck with us through the turmoil 2 weeks ago. I don't think we lost any drivers out of the deal. It just took some time and kind of talking to everyone and straightening everything out. And we made it work for everybody. So, and lastly, I want to commend the sportsmanship of Jeff Schmidt and Dylan Vose 2 weeks ago. It would have been easy for them to stay on track 2 weeks ago, race it out between the two of them. One of them would be the champion, but that's not how they wanted to do it. That's not how Go Fast Racing wanted to do it. We stood behind their decision to pull off the track, and we were either going to reschedule and run it another day, or we just were not going to crown a Grand National champion for this year. The sportsmanship that they showed there, not something that you find of anybody. So I commend them for their actions. I think it's it was an awesome gesture to their competitors to pull off the track like that and hope for a rescheduled race. And I think in a way that action went a long way with helping get this all rescheduled, set up, and I spent most of the day Sunday that weekend trying to get everybody on board, get everything set up, get everything ready to go so that we could have a great race tonight. And it exceeded expectation for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the race went fantastic, honestly. So yeah, guys, my end of the year review for these guys. Honestly, there's not much to really say. I think the race in itself speaks for itself. For once, I'm actually speechless on everything. It's been a long season, and out of all these guys that race, it's so tough when the season comes to an end because every one of these guys, I kind of think of them as friends, honestly. I've got to know every one of them. From Skylar all the way down to Todd Cray, all the way to Kyle Frame, everybody. You've got to kind of, you look at the season, you're like, it kind of sucks that it's kind of ending, but it opens up more opportunities for everybody and for more drivers next season to try to get a championship and stuff. But aside from the championship, it's like, it's cool. Championship's cool, but I think the relationships that you do build with people is way more important than any championship. I mean, we raised a lot of money for charities this year, and that's way more than I could ever ask from a sim game, let's be honest.
Right.
So it's been awesome, and not only the racing has been awesome, but it's just the people in general has been awesome. So for me, I want to thank Skylar, who's in here now, for one, letting us come back to do this race and finish this race up, and then for Eric and Lazy Dayz Racing for their sponsorships. It does mean a lot to Skylar, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And all the guys, it means awesome. It means a lot for these guys, or for me to get to know everybody. So it's awesome. So thanks everybody again for watching. Skylar, you want anything else you want to say?
Man, just kind kind of put the bookend on 2017. The last time, I want to thank Lazy Days Racing for sponsoring the Canaan Series and the Grand National Series. A lot of work that they, a lot of effort to make sure that these races all got broadcast and everything went off the way it was supposed to. Down the mics for the Truck Series and Trackside Racing Network for broadcasting all 3 of those series this year. So, it's been a great 2017. 2018 is going to be good. We've got some stuff going on that we're trying to get finalized and in the works, but we look to kick everything off in February and at Daytona. So thank you to you, Adam, for again for coming in and doing this tonight. Means a lot to have somebody who knows all of our drivers in here, as opposed to somebody who all they would see is a sheet of paper with some statistics on it. So absolutely appreciate you coming in and doing this tonight.
Not a problem. It was awesome to watch, and congratulations once again to Eric Borelli, championship, and to Lee, no matter what. Congratulations to them. So thanks again, guys, for watching. We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great night. Congratulations to all these, and that's going to wrap up the 2017 Go Fast Racing League season. Have a great night. God bless.
Good night.
Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. When this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day